They pulled me to the side.
Yep.
Well, I guess it's 9 because we live for 11 seconds.
Oh well, I guess it is live. I guess it is. We got 3 minutes. Not just
Yep,
kidding.
we do got 3 minutes.
We got 3 minutes. But look, this is the thing. Since we got 3 minutes, I'm gonna go ahead and tease y'all for a little bit. Y'all see what this topic say tonight? When solidarity cracks. I just definitely want y'all to know. So don't come in here with your sensitive feelings tonight. Just want you to know that off the bat. I'm a definitely um wait for our queen, well, my big sister to step up in here. Queen of the table. You know what I'm talking about? I'm sure she'll be in here in a second though.
She usually early.
I know she usually getting up. It's 9 o'clock. Oh my goodness. Oh my
Don't start
goodness.
there. Don't start there. Don't
Hey,
start
she
there.
ain't she ain't here to say it, so I had to say it for us. It's 9 o'clock.
Here she come.
And she is. It's nine
It's
o'clock.
8:59, baby. Y'all was waiting for me.
Yes,
Now
indeed.
it's 9 o'clock. Mm-hmm.
Now it is definitely 9 o'clock. Welcome,
That's right.
everybody. Welcome back to the table. Welcome back to the table crew. Of course, y'all know this is the Knowledge is Power podcast live hosting the roundtable talk. So I'm excited to be back before you on another Tuesday. And of course, like I said, on the up and coming Knowledge is Power network. So y'all be ready for that. That's about to roll out here pretty soon. So I'm excited about it. I hope y'all are too. Um, I'm your host, Christopher Ung Jones, and tonight's episode is called When Solidarity Cracks. Because it's cracking, if not already cracked. Boycott anti-black speech and what happens when economic tension finally says itself out loud. And so let me make this plain from the start. This episode is not about blanketed hatred. It is not about hatred at all. This episode is not about turning pain into lazy blame because we definitely not gonna do that. And so I definitely want you to know this episode is about conduct, if you will. You remember conduct? You get a ES or I or N or one or you. Ah, unsatisfactory. It is about black disrespect or anti-black disrespect, and it's also about people doing business in black communities, living off of black dollars, and then talking down on black people when black folks start discussing boycott or ownership or even economic discipline, right? And so the issue is simple. Don't eat off of us and hate us too. Don't profit from black neighborhoods and then mock black capacity, right? Don't depend on black dollars, then laugh when black people start talking about moving those dollars. Tonight, we're not asking who we hate. We're asking what black economic self-respect requires when, let's say, disrespect finally says itself out loud. We're working in 3 rounds as usual. These shots is gonna be a little bit bitter and they may burn, but hey, we're gonna throw them back anyway. Round one is don't mock the hand that feeds you. Round two is outrage is easy. Discipline is hard. Round three, that may be, may burn. Round three may burn a little bit because it says respect has a price tag too. I just want y'all to know that. Family, drop your city in the chat and answer the question before we start. When disrespect gets said out loud, should black communities feel a type of way? Should black communities feel it, expose it, or financially answer it? That's the question. Let's get to work. Of course, I got my crew up in y'all, like what we say. I got my crew up in y'all with me. I got my big sister, Dr. Catherine Campbell. Say good evening to the people.
Good evening, people.
Yes, indeed. Dr. Campbell is not here for dressed up disrespect. She can
Can
hear
you
a
hear
polite,
me?
yeah, we hear you. Dr. Campbell can hear a polite insult through
Okay.
a velvet curtain. She catches the tone, the body language, the coded words, if you will, and the little social tricks some people think we don't see um, when when they are actually sick. They the ones that's sick. Sis, tonight I need that sharp read because some people are calling this a viral moment, just a viral moment. But I hear a whole business relationship cracking under the weight of truth.
Hang
Again,
on
Dr.
to your
Campbell,
seat,
welcome.
cause I got you.
Look, like a roller coaster. I'm trying to tell you. Welcome to the table, big sis. Big bro, what it do? Say good evening to the people, Perry Busby.
What it do?
Yes, indeed. Perry is the receipt man. He is going to ask, and answer what should be said or what was said. He's going to ask where it came from. He's going to respond to what history connects these things to. And of course, who profits, who gets protected, and who keeps pretending the tension started yesterday. Big bro, tonight I need that timeline because black economic frustration did not start in 2026. I just want them to know. Welcome in, big bro. Dustin, say good evening to the people, my little brother, man. I'm telling y'all better be ready for this dude
What
right
up,
here.
people?
Dustin brings that ground level cut, no theory only. No theories, not academics only. He brings it all down to the corner store, the gas station, the beauty shop, or supply store, depending on how you own it. The block, the young folk, especially the young folk, individuals, elders, young folks getting disrespected, and especially our elders, because I've seen some of that even happen in our own community. So we want to kind of pull these young folks back to, little brother, if you want. I'm just glad y'all at the table. I 100%. And of course, if you wanted to definitely be with us at this table, reach out to myself or our platform host. And you can catch our platform host on Sundays on the Knowledge is Power podcast live at 7 o'clock p.m. So definitely tune in with him. And like I said, catch the show that he's gonna bring to you and let him know, hey man, let me know how I come up on there. Let me know how I'll be a guest. Excuse me. Round one starts with the disrespect. I just definitely want y'all to know. Because sometimes the issue is not that somebody said something new. Sometimes the issue is that they finally said out loud what black people already suspected, right? One loud Asian person in a viral video does not, and I do want you to know, does not represent every Asian person. We understand that. But we are also not going to pretend black communities imagine this tension. We're not going to pretend there has not been a long history of certain Asian owned stores operating in black neighborhoods with complicated, disrespectful, and sometimes hostile relationships with black consumers. What we're not going to do is pretend black folks have not been followed, watched, rushed, overcharged talked down to, accused, and treated like suspects in stores that survive off black spending. So when somebody says to us about you know black boycotts, that's not just the rent, y'all. That's a confession of how little they respect our leverage. Let's get to work. Dr. Campbell, your shot. What changes when disrespect stops speaking subtle and gets said right into the camera, like right in the camera? Go ahead, Dr. Campbell. We waiting on you, Dr. Campbell. Can you hear us?
I think she's stuck.
I think they playing with her again.
Mm.
Better yet, I know they playing with her because they playing with me too. All right, Dr. Campbell, you ready? You got your shot? Dr. Campbell, answer your shot. Throw your shot back. Throw your shot back. Let me find out she can't hear. See? That's what you get for coming in at 9:59, 8:59. Somebody tell her to leave and come back in.
Hello? Can you hear
Are you
me?
ready? You can't hear us.
I've been ready. It's Tony. I
Oh,
can
she
hear
had
you
left,
now.
so came back.
Oh, okay, okay, okay.
I
You
never
ready?
left.
No,
I've
it
been
booted you.
ready.
It booted you. So
Because I
be
got a
ready.
lot of truth to tell tonight.
Well, they must know it because you was sitting over there like you were like they had mummified you, like they had put you in a sunken place. I like
The phoenix has risen from the ashes. I'm ready.
that. Dr. Campbell, what changes when disrespect stops being subtle and gets said right into the camera out loud?
Well, then the mask comes off completely. No
Hmm,
more. Did they really mean that? They made sure you heard it. It
correct.
stops being a test and becomes a declaration. Silence is no longer grace, it's submission. And since it's on camera, the audience isn't just you, it's everyone.
Hmm,
It turns a
everybody.
private slight into public theater. You're not reacting to a person anymore, you're reacting to a statement that demands a verdict.
Correct. Correct. And that's the point. When disrespects get said into the camera, it removes the excuse, like you said, Dr. Campbell. People cannot keep saying, maybe you misunderstood. What? Don't play in my
Mm-mm.
face. I keep trying to tell y'all that every Tuesday
It
we
was
come up
blatant.
here. Right. From Tuesday to Tuesday, do not play in my face. We heard it, we saw it, we felt
Mm.
that arrogance, we felt that, and one disrespect becomes public because that one man that came out and said something triggered other individuals to feel bold and speak themselves because of what a lady came up there and she said something too. And I want to
Mm.
say she came up there a little bit harsh, especially to black women about raising our kids. Or black families, period, on raising our kids. Again, it's economic. If a business class thinks black people cannot discipline their children, but get mad when we discipline our dollars, then the answer can't be just outrage, blatant outrage. The answer has to be proof. It got to be proof. Guest question or guest shot. Of course, anybody can respond or take this shot. What hits you hardest in the moment, the words themselves, the arrogance behind them, or the fact that many people were not shocked about what was said? Many people weren't shocked. I mean, I wasn't. I wasn't shocked because I've heard it and I've seen it firsthand, especially here in the state of Texas. Growing up with Asian and other individuals owning what was once black stores. So yeah, I mean, it didn't shock me. It was blatant, bold, and uncut, just like we hear it in the store. I mean, it didn't shock me. I wasn't shocked. Who was
And
shocked?
that is what hits the hardest. It's because the words and the arrogance, they're predictable, but the silence
Hmm.
around you, that's the real message. It means this isn't new. It means they've seen it before and already accepted it. That's what stings the most, is that they
Correct. That's
accepted it.
correct. That's the truth. The lack of shock says a lot, Dr. Campbell. I mean, like, what y'all want us to do besides remove ourselves from the equation? And with ourselves comes our money. Now
Our
you're
money.
feeling right. You're feeling the brunt of the responses that came from some Asian individuals in your community that were bold and blatant in in their reactions to individuals saying we're going to boycott this one particular Asian owned business. And now what you've done is you've caused the fire to spread from one coast to the next. Thank you. Perry, what are the strongest receipts that this is not just a viral rant, but a larger question about black dollar and disrespect?
Um, well, Chris, I'm like you. I wasn't surprised. Nothing about it. Uh, as harsh as it is, I mean, I don't know if it's because, and I don't think I'm jaded. I'm just being realistic that uh, you know, uh, at some point it became sticks and stones may break my bones.
Right.
You know, and but it further makes it clear what American assimilation is,
Mm,
because every group, I mean, Asians aren't the first group to thrive within our domain.
correct.
I mean, our communities have been open to Jewish,
Correct.
as well as Italians and Greeks,
Correct.
Hispanics.
Yes.
And those that thrive became community partners
Mm,
in some ways. Those that thrive, they really did. Those that, not saying that there were those that took root like what we see now.
hmm
And so when you see that, it, it it's it's one, we have to address the miseducation, not just of the Negroes, but those who want to be among the Negroes. And that starts with us. Again, our being upset, I understand, but at some point we do have to look in this mirror and say, when this land was available and we had black dollars, these strong black dollars, damn it, why didn't those black dollars put back into itself?
Hmm. Hmm.
And so what is allowed, and so at some level I understand it, but there is a level of those that we not even dare try to live at that level to understand this is my only out. And seeing
Especially for
that that
some.
that becomes that breakdown of the community because the community has to feel it from all points. And so we can't just feel it when we become aggrieved, because at some point
Mm-hmm.
your ass ain't gonna be aggrieved anymore. You gonna move on.
Right.
And so that respect, and I'm sure we're gonna get to it later, is what are we demanding of our dollars? And if we haven't asked ourselves that, then we got to ask ourselves: are they the fool or are we the fool?
Hmm.
Boo Boo's the fool. I totally agree. Dustin, you're shot, brother.
Indeed.
Man, at what point do boycott conversations stop being reaction and start being self-respecting?
When the social media post turn into a strategic meeting, when liking a post turns into plans and execution, when going
Mm.
live rambling turns into organized orders and movement, when the respect is the bottom line going forward from here on out.
Mm, mm, mm. The zip bottom line, huh?
I mean, that's when the money actually moves, right, Dustin? I mean, that is the line right there. Posting is reaction. Complaining is reaction. Cussing in the comments is reaction. Sharing the video, I want y'all to know, is a reaction.
But
Not
but
necessarily an
self-respect says
alignment.
I already chose me.
Well, most folks don't even have that, let alone self identity. So, that comes into play as well because just like Perry mentioned, assimilation is strong here in the United States of America. Somebody pull me up.
If somebody takes black money every day but talks reckless about black people the minute they feel bold, what exactly are we supposed to call that relationship?
Abusive, domestic violence, um, what they call it when you manipulate an elder out of all of their earnings. That's what that is.
Mm,
That's what that
mm.
is. We call it extraction with a cash register. But hey, I had to at least let you know what this looks like in other relationships within our community, right? That's
Mhm.
that is what we call it. I mean, if you eat from a community and mock that community, that is not a partnership. That is not a collaboration. That is not coalescing, if you will. If you depend on black dollars and then laugh at black economic discipline, that is not solidarity. If your store survives because black people keep walking through your door, but you think black people are too lazy, too disorganized, too broke, uh, too dependent, or too weak to even redirect our money, that my friend is contempt. And you are held in the courts. You are held in contempt of the black court. I just want you to know. And contempt with the register is dangerous, sir, ma'ams. Y'all didn't realize that because contempt does not stay in the mouth. It don't stay like how you tell your children and put a bubble in your mouth. I'm sorry, maybe I did elementary too long. Put a bubble in your mouth. It becomes customer service. It becomes suspicion, following people down at, aisles, disrespect at the corner, talking to black elders like they are a problem. I've seen these things happen, especially in our community already ago. Watching black youth like criminals before they touch even anything. Didn't we say last week you walk in the store and the ringer go off? I'm just saying. It becomes calling police before calling a reason or even having a reason. You become a Kevin or a Karen without you even knowing. It becomes threatening black neighborhoods like markets, not communities. Treating them like, you know, stock options, if you will. And if you're honest, this is why that viral arrogance hits so hard. Because black people heard the message underneath the words. We seen it on our receipt, if you don't mind, because we know that 99 cents is 99 cents, not $1.07. Especially here in the state of Texas. The message was, you need us. You will be mad for a few days. You'll still come back. That's the message that they anticipate. You cannot organize. That's what I heard. You can't build and you can't feed yourself. You can't cook. You can't out network us. Make that make sense. And all of the access that you have is because of the black community. That's the insult. Not just the words, the assumption. And I need black folks to hear me clear 100%. The reason some people get bold is because they think our anger has no follow through. I'm going to say it again. They think our anger has no follow through. They think we will cuss them out on Tuesday and be back in the shop by Friday. That's what they believe. That's what they believe. They think convenience will beat principle, especially in our community. They think it will, habit will beat dignity. They think social media outrage will not become economic behavior. So if we offered, if we are offended, if we offer, some type of medium or some type of other resolve, that's not taken. We need to prove it with discipline. I definitely want y'all to know: no hate, no violence, discipline. Not random attacks on innocent people. Discipline. If you want black money, respect black people. If you cannot respect black people, stop expecting black dollars. It's not that complicated. That is grown folk economics. That's grown folks economics. And when your store fails, we're gonna buy that too. Chat question number 1. Make it plain if you can. Only if you can. What matters the most in this particular, I guess, like, dynamics? Is it the disrespect? Put a 1 in the chat. Put a 2 in the chat for the money. Put a 3 in the chat for the lack of solidarity. Put a 4 in the chat for the need of boycott discipline. And put a 5 in the chat for all of it. Definitely drop your number. I'll be dropping this in the chat. The roundtable question, whenever y'all get finished answering that chat question: when disrespect gets said out loud, what should black communities do first? Feel it, expose it, or financially answer it? Dr. Campbell, you have the floor.
Okay. My answer to the chat question is the disrespect. And the roundtable question: when disrespect gets said out loud, black communities should first they should do all 3, but in this order. First, they should feel it. Don't skip the anger. That's your compass telling you that something's off. Then expose it. Put it on Front Street. Name it clearly so nobody can gaslight you later. And then finally, answer it financially. That's the only language some folks understand. Your wallet is your biggest megaphone. So feel it so you know it's real. Expose it so that everybody sees it. And then answer it so that they remember it. Skip any step in your plan defense. Do all 3 and you're setting up the terms.
100%. 100%. Perry, you got the floor. They playing with you too, Perry? Oh, you on mute.
I'm sorry. To me, what matters most, I would say is number three, the lack of solidarity.
Mm,
Um, yeah, because it does. It speaks to where we are and our inability to move. Even, no matter what the issue may be, how great or how small,
hmm
uh, our issues tend to expose our lack of solidarity.
mm.
Uh, not, that's not to say that there isn't a group that is uh, leading that effort, but the solidarity amongst that's needed across the community, is always exposed. Um, in terms of the roundtable question, I'm going back to when disrespects get said out loud. What should the black community do first? I'm going with financially answered, and I justify that again by my verse, Ecclesiastes 10:19. Money answers all things. And I wasn't just doing that, and sometimes when people hear that quote, it tends to think that the money is about me. But no, in this case, no. Our dollars need to have as strong a voice as possible, especially in this weak ass economy.
I totally agree. Totally agree. Dustin, you have the floor.
As for the chat question, it's for me. It's always disrespect because it's always respect is the easiest thing. So when you can't even do the simplest things, that's the problem. Which leads to the question. Well, I always say I'm the wrong person for this because I'm more Malcolm than I am Martin. Because I always believe in addressing disrespect where it was laid and at the volume of which it was put out there.
Correct.
All right,
'Cause I don't
all
believe in
right.
this. Oh, y'all should have a sidebar. Wasn't no sidebar for the disrespect. Oh, we should have this meeting. Ain't no meeting in private. The disrespect wasn't in private. And don't disrespect me out loud and then give me a social media apology later. Nah, that ain't good enough.
Yeah.
But that's just
Yeah.
me. I've always been at that thing because people like, oh, well, you can't be like that. Look, I done had a fight at every church event outside of a funeral. I just don't do the disrespect.
You heard what he said. Don't come at him with no disrespect. Um, for me, I have to say all of them for the chat question. All of it. I didn't want to pick any one in particular because it all has its place, right? Especially in these types of conversations. Um, it it takes too much disrespect for us to get a rise out of us. Too much
Yeah,
disrespect placed on it.
yeah,
Too much money has already been exacerbated, if you will. The lack of solidarity, like you said, Perry, was there before the ringer went off on the door. Doom, doom. I mean, so like, and the need for boycott discipline has to come into play because even if it is intended just for one particular store owner, that has to it has to make a resounding sound in your community to not only Asian or small owned businesses, right? It has to speak and carry a big stick even to your Targets and your Kmarts, if y'all still have them, or your Walmarts, or your Lowe's, I mean, whomever, right? Your big box stores, all of them
Home
needs the
Depot.
same type of, yes, all of them need the same type of treatment, all of them.
yeah, yeah.
Now
Well,
for the
you know, I would have said all of them, but you said which mattered most, which I was trying to at least put a priority on it. So I mean, but I'm also glad I didn't say most because you said it a whole lot better than I could. So,
As
but
far
yeah, I
as the
agree.
when it comes to the roundtable question, I had to before I impose this question to you all. Of course, I had to grapple with it, and wrestle with it because you know I didn't want to come off as the angry black guy, but we do all three, but in order. The question is, do we feel it, expose it, or financially answer it? And like Dr. Campbell said, we do all three. And I don't really have or recommend a particular order. I just, recommend discipline in every last one of them, right? First, of course, honestly. Feel it. Feel it honestly, like 100%. They didn't sugarcoat their response or reaction. So there is no sugarcoating about how you should feel about it. Don't let anybody gaslight you out of what you heard because you heard it. It's recorded. You can go back and play it. You could do it like a cassette tape if you like and scroll it back. Don't let anybody tell you to calm down before they admit what was said. No, you gave that same energy, and I'm gonna definitely give it back. And if you didn't give that energy, it was the energy that I received. So how about I relay it back to you? Don't let nobody say you were being divisive when the disrespect was already divisive. You're right.
Mhm.
I'm gonna do what you gave. I'm gonna give you what you gave. You give me tacks and nails, I'm gonna give you tacks and nails. Mine might be a little bit prettier because I want you to admire them, but I want you to feel it. Second, like we said, expose it accurately. You have to expose it accurately. Most individuals will say, "That's not what I said." Well, you quote them word for word, verbatim of what they said, and then you break that nastiness down like Mucinex. That's how you do it. Don't lie. um do not exaggerate. Don't turn one person into a whole people,
You
because
got the remote.
we sometimes do that. But don't shrink the issue either, especially when those individuals from a community that we've identified and you ain't corralling your own people. So yeah, don't shrink the issue. Say exactly what happened, say who said it, say what connects to it, especially if it comes from our a reaction from our community. Say why it matters. Say why black communities have the right to connect the insult to longer experiences of being profiled, watched, disrespected, and economically misused, if you will. Then third, financially answer it. Because if we only feel it and expose it, but keep spending the same way, disrespect learns not a damn thing. Black communities cannot be keep making disrespect profitable. If a business honors us, support it. If the business disrespects us, close it down. Period. Um, or if a business reinvests in us, build with it. If a business hires from the community, um, treats youth with dignity, especially training them to be able to work in these some of these spaces, knows neighborhood leadership. If I bring Dr. Campbell into a grocery store into the North End and they don't say, "Hey, Miss Cat," we gonna walk up out of there. We gonna walk up out of there, and that's just a greeting from the door. You understand me? And because if a business, mocks us, profiles us, fears us, exploits us, insults us, and still expects our dollar, then our money should definitely leave. And Asians, I just want y'all to know it's not just a few of y'all, it's several in our community, and they aren't just Asian. So that's not hatred, that is accountability. If disrespect costs nothing to y'all, it will keep repeating itself and charging you for it. A penny adds up. You see that and took it off the market. If disrespect becomes expensive, people start learning manners, especially
Mm-hmm.
how to speak to you when you enter into their store. I said last week, we are putting food on your table. We are putting clothes on your back. Nah, I just want you to know. Round two, outrage is easy. Discipline is hard. The flavor around the rim, y'all, for this shot is boycott talks, spending habits, and whether our anger has the
Mm-hmm.
teeth. Um, so I definitely want y'all to understand that. Outrage is easy, like I said. It's easy to get mad. It's easy to be mad. It's easy to come on social medias and rant your aggressions. That's easy. Easy to share the video, easy to say boycott. Just saying it, they were trying to figure out whether or not something was gonna happen. You know who they went to? Jamal Bryant. They didn't go to the greater community. They didn't go to the greater community. Make that make sense. Um, Easy to call people out. It's easy to get loud for a few days, but discipline hits different, y'all. Discipline means changed in behavior when nobody is watching. It means finding another store. It means building a directory of stores that we can patronize regardless to what color or cultural background these individuals have. Discipline means supporting black-owned businesses before crisis even start. Not only after the disrespect, but before. Right? I ain't seen so many sisters, queens, and black ladies look for black nail techs in all my life. And they running from window to wall to find them. And I want you to know they've even found the black hair stoves.
Houston area is making a killing with it.
I want you to understand that. But here it is. You have black individuals that see, I ain't even supposed to be talking about black people today. But we have black individuals in our community who do the same thing as the Asians, same thing as the Iranians, same thing as the Italians, same thing as the white. Tell you to turn your Negro butt around at the door and or sabotage your business from within. I'm just saying what I see. Discipline means accepting inconvenience for principle. Discipline means pooling money so that when we get those ignorant, mild Negroes to talk down on black economics in our community instead of speaking up on it, yeah, we know we're going to hit you too. Dr. Campbell, I'm sorry. Perry, you ready for your shot?
Yeah, I'm ready.
How do you tell the difference between a real boycott and a social media anger feed that fades by next week?
Um. Well, let me first just say, personally, uh, in my lifetime, I've not seen a boycott as effective as the Montgomery bus boycott.
Mm.
Not since then. I haven't seen it. I've seen some events that have called themselves boycotts that have maybe twisted a few, wrists here and there. Um, and this is not to really belittle the points of any of our black activists that stood in the face of uh, of incidents that where our dollars were being disrespected. But one thing about a lot of what you see now, and I again, not taking anything away from Pastor Brian and his efforts, uh, but we also must understand that those efforts also came at a time when this administration was giving hundreds of thousands of black women their exit papers from the government. And so their spending habits just changed as a result of it. I mean, and
Correct.
so I not trying to get into whether or not what's effective, because I think we spent a whole lot of time in some useless debate over whether or not somebody hating and whether somebody just really critically just pointing some dots out, for you. So, I'm not there, but I will say about the Montgomery bus boycott and why I say that it was so different was because they anticipated the cost that what they were about to do was going to have on them. And so they had their strategy together. I mean, telling people to not ride the bus meant that you also meant to give them, you had to
All
provide a way
right.
for them to get to where they needed to be, because while it's saying support me, that's easy for you to say if you in your Buick and I'm Johnny Ten Toes and Sarah 2 feet down the street, and so they had to understand what the impact, what that was. They also, and we talk about the Montgomery bus boycott, but sometimes we tend to frame it in terms of what we did for to the bus system itself. But you have to understand that when black people weren't riding the bus, that meant that they weren't going downtown, and that meant that was affecting the revenue of the merchants downtown. And because they were changing black people's habits, and hell, some folks started noticing that black people were spending more money for gas. So hell, that
Say it.
you helped one side and moved it to another way,
Yeah.
and as it began to help others, they began to be your supporters. So we have to understand that it's just not this one battle. But if we come in here all strategic about and thumping our chests because we're mad with no strategy of where we go from here, and like I say, we are gonna have some people who are dependent on this,
Uh-huh.
who are going to justify staying by their own account. And can you blame them? Because you ain't brought me jack to understand how I'm going to meet my need every day.
Man. Man.
So I want to be mad. Yes, I'm damn mad. But you have to understand that the Montgomery bus boycott didn't start with uh didn't start with just avoiding, getting up from a seat. It started when black folks said, I'm tired of this. And they made a
Mhm.
plan
Mm. And stuck to it.
and stuck to it. That was just the catalyst. Because they needed something to jumpstart this. So
Facts.
we get caught in this fantasy illusion of what our history did. What? Rosa Parks just denied. No, they needed a reason for that to happen.
Yeah. Yeah.
And knowing how white folk would act, they did what she knew would get them to respond.
Correct. Correct.
So we
Correct.
keep seeing responses and then trying to respond to a response when, hey, move your money, get your strategy. As my mama used to say, I'll show you better than I can tell
I
you.
could tell you. Yes, indeed, sir. Yes, indeed, sir. A real boycott has structure. That's what I heard.
Yeah.
Um, it has targets, demands, timeline, alternatives, communication, tracking, leadership, exit conditions, as well as contingencies. Social media anger has volume. That's it. A real boycott asks, who are we not spending with? Who are we not
Mm.
patronizing and why? For how long? What do we want? What do we want from this? Where are we sending the money instead? How do we measure the impact? What and or who speaks for the demand? That's the difference, y'all. I mean, like, I heard it. I hope y'all grabbed y'all notebooks for that one, Lil Malcolms. If there's no structure, then it's not a boycott. I just want y'all to know it's a public mood. So, Lil Martins, I need y'all to get the right mood. I really need y'all to get the right mood. To get shot, what does economic self-respect look like in practice, not just slogans?
Well, it looks like this. You check the brand before you check the price. It's not
Mm.
who's the cheapest, but who respects me. That's the first filter.
Ah.
Then you spend with intention, not habit. That's a coffee run. That sneaker.
Oh. my, my bad. That just took me too fast. They was like, hush your mouth. And look, she coming right back. I mean, they hushed her quick. You understand that? Go ahead.
Just her.
Finish throwing it back.
Yeah. Huh?
Finish throwing it back because you know they
Can y'all
cut you
hear me?
off. Yes, we can.
Yeah, they cut me off. Okay, so anyway, the first filter is to see who respects you, right? And then you spend with intention, not habit. That's a coffee run. That sneaker drop, that sneaker drop, you ask, does this money come back to me or just leave me?
Mm.
Check yourself.
So you wreck
You keep a
yourself.
list. hmm You keep a list, not just a memory. Know who's on
Mm.
your side and who's not. That's your power grid. You accept that it costs more sometimes, and you're okay with that because cheap disrespect ain't actually cheap.
I just want you to
And
know.
you teach your circle the same because self respect isn't private, it's a practice you pass on. In short, it's not about never spending, it's about never spending like you don't matter. That's the rhythm, not the rally.
Facts.
Heck,
Facts.
you can ask Target. It looks like a $12.4 billion loss, and that wasn't even 100% of us.
Hmm. Come on now.
Yep. 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 That's it. That self-respect has to leave the mouth and into the budget. When you where you shop, where you bank, who you hire, who you promote, who you recommend,
Hmm.
who you stop rewarding. That's where respect becomes real, 100%.
hmm
Dustin, you ready for your shot?
Indeed.
Why do some people want the language of Black solidarity without spreading the discipline that will give it teeth?
That's because talk is cheap. Because
Mm,
last time I checked, posting on Facebook, WhatsApp, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, WeChat, Telegram, Snapchat, Twitter, which is X now,
mm-hmm. X
LinkedIn,
now.
Reddit, and even fan base is completely free. So anybody can do
Free.
that. Because doing all that requires no inconvenience, no change in
Correct.
habits, no nothing.
True.
So you just got to get uncomfortable for a little bit. You got to put a little more gas in your car because instead of going 2 blocks down the road, now you got to go 6. For the people in Houston, you got to go from the north side to the south side. I know you don't want to ever do that, but you're going to have to do it because the people you're looking for is right there. Or
They
you
right
can
there.
just, instead of going to the other side of Houston, go to one of the surrounding cities. Because I heard they're populating very well with Black-owned businesses. That's just a habit you're gonna have to recreate because people like to get comfortable entirely too much.
Mm-hmm.
And when you
Mm-hmm.
get comfortable, you put up with a lot of foolishness to stay comfortable. So actually, a little discomfort, a little seat adjustment, a little extra in the gas tank, all in the name of self-respect. That's all it is.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I agree because discipline is not um, cost efficient for some individuals. It's not cost comfort. Uh, that's the truth right there. Everybody can post support, um, supporting Black businesses, but can we drive an extra 10 minutes, like you say? Can we go an extra few blocks? Can we wait an extra day? Because I look forward to supporting my Black owned businesses, but most of them are closed on Monday. So you know what that means? I'll wait. I'll wait. I'll wait till Tuesday to get my beef tips. I'll wait till Tuesday to get my fried chicken wings. That
Get
way
my
I pay
brisket
cash.
fries.
You know what I'm saying? I don't mind. I don't mind at all. Can we pay a fair price? What's considered to be fair to a Black owned business? We see that we as Black consumers don't get charged the same as other individuals. So stop expecting the Black owned business to pay for their resources that most others would be paying. That's not the case. That's not the case, nor has it ever been. I mean, can we stop running back to people who disrespect us because they are convenient? That is where solidarity gets tested and dressed in its finest attire, not in a caption or letting them get off without it hitting the register. I agree, Dustin. Take that extra little mile. Beaumont Drive to Houston. Southside closer to us than Lake Charles, I promise. I'm just saying. Dr. Campbell, your shot, don't get in trouble and get kicked off. I'm telling you now.
I can't promise you that.
Dr. Campbell, what should people be careful not to do when one ugly voice exposes a bigger tension?
Don't make it only about that one voice.
Mm,
That's the trap. You focus all your energy on the person who said it, calling them out, roasting them, making them the villain, and you miss the real issue. The system
correct.
that made them feel safe enough to say it. So be careful not to make it personal. It's not just them, it's the
Hmm.
culture that co signs them. Be careful not to get distracted by the noise. The ugly voice is a symptom, not the disease.
Correct.
Be careful not to let the moment pass without action. If you just get angry and move on, you wasted the tension.
Hmm.
Be careful not to turn on each other. Nothing kills momentum faster than infighting while the
Yeah.
real culprit watches. The
Hmm.
bottom line, don't shoot the messenger and call it a win. Use that voice as a spotlight, then fix what it's shining on.
Absolutely. Absolutely, Dr. Campbell. And I agree. We have to be careful not to lose precision. Don't, turn
Right.
accountability into chaos. We can't do that. We can't attack
And, and,
innocent
and
people.
remain intentional.
Correct. Correct. Don't use sloppy language and that lets the guilty hide behind the innocent. Don't do that because they try quick. They try quick. Turn the kitchen light on and them roaches gonna scatter. I promise.
Woo!
Stay sharp. Name the conduct that needs to be checked, right? Name the disrespect. Name the economics that you are going to impact. Name the pattern of individuals and or practices that you see in your community. I totally agree, Dr. Campbell. Then we gotta organize and also reorganize the response. 100%. 100%.
Come on.
Pull me up, Dr. Campbell.
If our money can keep businesses alive, why do so many people act like business communities have no leverage until somebody disrespects us to our face?
Right, we wait
Yeah.
too late. And we wait too late because we've been trained to forget our own power. That's why. Black people have been called broke so long that we forgot how much money moves through our community, through us, period.
Hmm.
Um,
Hmm.
we've been called dependent, not independent, but dependent so long we forgot how many businesses depend on us. We have been called
True.
uh, unorganized so long that we forgot organizing or organization is a choice, not a birthright or a birth defect, right? We've been told we cannot build community for so long that we forgot our labor built this country 100%, especially ancestral labor, free labor. Our culture sells these products. Our taste moves markets and keeps restaurants open. Our presence keep whole economies breathing. I just want y'all to know, let me say this plain. Black people have leverage before the insult. We've been had leverage. The insult just remind us we have not been using it proper. Our money keeps stores open. Our culture keeps brands prevalent and relevant. I mean, our labor keeps systems moving, right? Our vote keeps politicians employed. Our churches keeps movements alive, some of them. Our youth keeps trends alive. Our families keep neighborhoods alive. I mean, our spending keeps certain stores, gas stations, beauty supplies, corner stores, food restaurants or food spots, clothing shops, weave spots, all this and services and businesses alive. It's because of us. So stop acting like we only have power when people or when some people disrespects us loud enough for a reaction. We have power every day. Every transaction is power. Every deposit is power. Every purchase is power. Every recommendation is power. Boycott is power. Black owned alternative is power. Every cooperative is power. And every directory that we need to create as far as allies is power. I mean, Even more power comes into a disciplined household. I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
Mm.
Remove the darts that individuals seem to want to always throw at us. The problem is we keep spending like we don't know we have this power. We said that a few episodes ago. This is why some folks get arrogant or ignorant. And they think that our anger is loud but short. This is why they think our habits are stronger than our self respect. Self respect. They think black people will always come back because convenience has trained us better than principle. I mean, if they are right, shame us. But if they are wrong, we need to prove it. Not with threats, not with, movement, not with hate, uh, not with just discipline alone, not for one weekend or a week. No, with a plan, because leverage that we have in our community is never used because we believe it's invisible. And I'm 100%. I'm tired of black people or black powered people being invisible to black people, but obvious to everybody trying to sell us something. And then the crazy part about it is when we buy it, we find out we are the cultivators of it in the first place.
Mm.
Chat question number 2. What is the hardest for people? What is the hardest for people? Put a 1 in the chat for letting go of convenience. Put a 2 in the chat for finding alternatives. Put a 3 in the chat for staying disciplined. Put a 4 in the chat for separating anger from strategy. And put a 5 in the chat for all of it. Drop your number in the chat. I'm gonna be posting this in the chat while I'm doing that. The roundtable question for the table is: at what point does continuing to spend become agreement with the disrespect? Dr. Campbell, you have the floor.
Uh, the round table question, right?
Yes, ma'am. Or that chat question, whichever one you want. However you want to line it on up.
Okay. Then I'm gonna go back to the chat question, and I'm gonna
By
say
all means.
staying disciplined is the hardest because finding alternatives, you can do that in an afternoon. Letting go of convenience is tough, but you can adjust. Separating anger from strategy, that's a skill you learn. But staying disciplined week after week, month after month, when nobody's cheering and old habits are right there, that's the real battle.
Yeah, Dr.
Discipline is the
Campbell.
difference between a moment and a movement. Uh, and most people can't keep it up past the first inconvenience. That's what makes it hardest by far is staying
Correct.
disciplined.
Correct.
And so then the round table question, at what point does continuing to spend become an agreement with the disrespect? The moment you know better and you keep going anyway. Now, when you first hear about it, not when you first hear about it, not when you're still figuring it out, but the second you have clear proof, clear alternatives, and still choose the same spot, that's when your money starts being neutral and starts being a signature. You're not just
Mm,
buying a product anymore, you're co-signing the disrespect. One time, that's ignorance. Twice, that's a habit. Three times with your eyes open, that's an agreement.
correct.
So bottom
Sign,
line,
seal, deliver.
if you okay, if your cash keeps flowing while their mouth keeps running, your wallet is saying what you want.
What's in your wallet?
And it's saying you like it.
Yes,
Huh?
indeed. I say, what's in your wallet?
Uh, talking too loud.
Perry, you have the floor.
Uh,
Felt like I was channeling
What?
Dustin.
Yes, indeed. What you say? I'm all sweaty under the pits.
Woo! He
Yes,
got me.
indeed. That's that good energy right there.
no, but I would definitely have to concur with Dr. Campbell. With self discipline being the most, but while I say that, I also say that we can't underestimate uh, the power of convenience has on this modern society.
Hmm.
And people are constantly looking for their comfort zone and their convenience and the things that don't stress them, and so that becomes very hard to break for somebody who's always trying to find that. And we can all, I'm pretty sure, think, without much hesitation, think of some people who may fall into that category, because we all know a bunch of them that are undisciplined, and for those of us who are, and those of us who are striving, we all know discipline is always an ongoing task. There's always some challenge to help us understand uh, what we proclaim to be discipline versus what we
Hmm.
practice to be disciplined.
Come on now.
And so, um, and then finding alternatives. Yeah, I mean, it's just some folks. It's like folk who committed to putting salt on their grits, not even trying to explain or understand what it's like to even put sugar on their grits. I mean, it's just either or. But if you don't try, I mean, why are we engaged in foolish debates over? Ooh, I can't put sugar on my. Well, have you tried?
Man,
and that's
golly.
and that's the ultimate disrespect, is that we don't understand how we get in our own way.
Mm. Mm.
Mm.
Mm. Mm. Dustin, you have the floor.
I'm gonna go with discipline like the rest, but for one reason, because I've seen us sell out and pack a black-owned business for that first week, and then
Boy.
slowly start going back to what was convenient. So we had a house store right here on Washington,
Oops.
but I'm gonna move on.
Look, because if you was coming forward, you see, I turned my mic and my camera on.
Nah, I'm
Because
gonna let them
if
make it because they gonna feel how they gonna feel, and I already told them you ain't gonna do nothing about it. So move on. So as for the question, I say it's the moment you spend a penny after the disrespect, because half the time it's like raising a child. The moment you reward
hmm
a bad behavior, you just created a learned behavior,
Mhm.
and they gonna think
say
that's
that,
how it's
Dustin.
supposed to go.
Supposed to go. That's how that's supposed to go. 100%. Show me different is what I heard. Um, continuing to spend, or continuance of spending, becomes agreement when we know the disrespect is real.
Mhm.
We know the pattern is real. We know the alternatives are possible, and we still choose convenience over dignity. That's not that's not a guess. That's an observation. but I'm gonna be fair. I'm gonna be fair. I know everybody cannot change everyday spending habits overnight. That's obvious. Food deserts are real. Transportation is real. Prices are real. Work schedules are real. Access is real. Some communities do not have easy alternatives. That's understandable. So I'm not talking down on nobody or down to people about making these decisions. To hear me and hear me well, I don't even believe that my crew is in chestizeral, if you will, manner telling us to, you know, forsake it all, even the one that's around the corner. But what I am saying is this: once we know better, we start moving better. Everybody cannot leave every business immediately. That's understandable. But everybody can leave business eventually. We could spend less, expose more, find alternatives in the on the way to it, support one black business a week, every week. You heard me. I go for my chicken on Tuesdays at this one spot, Big John's. I go for my soul food meal at Jones's on 4th Street. I go for my breakfast at Shebebe on East Tech, on East Cardinal. I'll even go up the street from me and grab me a burger from We Hit the Spot or Yori's, or even my next door neighbor who sells corn dogs and hot dogs. I ain't gotta go far. I live in the young South End that's older than anything in Beaumont. I'm just letting you know there are alternatives. Um, we could create pool rides where we pool our money together and patronize a weekly business, create directories, build buying clubs, demand merchant agreements, ask churches to sponsor black vendor fairs. I'm going to say it again. Ask black churches to sponsor vendor fairs, right? Ask fraternities and sororities to publish business lists. Ask neighborhood associations like ours, Dr. Campbell, to track disrespectful merchants. Because it's possible. You got merchants, I got merchants, they got merchants. Ask residents to do document profiling, right? Ask black professionals to make themselves easier to find, especially if you want black business. Ask families to choose at least one category where they will intentionally redirect their spending. We do not have to be perfect to be disciplined, y'all. We're not asking or calling for perfection. We're calling for discipline. But we do need to stop acting helpless. I want y'all to know that. Because if somebody disrespects you, your mama, your daddy, or like we used to say back in the day, your greasy, greasy granny, um, we fit to either fight or I'm gonna withdraw completely, right? um they learn the disrespect, uh that disrespect is affordable, especially being that they can say it and you're gonna come back tomorrow. And I want disrespect toward black people to become expensive. That's what I want. I want it to be so expensive that $1.99 soda cost you 39.95. That's how I want it. Not with violence, not with chaos, with organized spending, with organized withdrawal, with organized building, with organized standards, especially standards that we know were held by black businesses within our community. That's how spending stops being a habit and becomes power, y'all. I just want y'all to know that. Um, Round three. Respect has a price tag too. I just want y'all to know that. Somebody told us earlier, racism is expensive. I think Dr. Campbell said that. Black dollars, black dignity, and the cost of disrespect. Dustin, I'm pouring you up, la brother. What happens when communities keep funding spaces that do not respect the individual
Well,
or the community?
before I answer that, since we naming places, I don't live nowhere near downtown, but I will drive the extra minutes to hit the lounge up down there.
Correct.
And then I'm gonna come back on all the smoke over here on Feeling and go ahead and get my brisket fries.
Correct.
Cause that cabbage, that's my wife's favorite, and that's all I'm going for.
Look, and I'll definitely go all the way on to 105 from the South End and tap Sullivan's across his head.
Oh,
Yes,
yeah.
indeed.
You gotta get that sandwich.
Hey, man, wait. Dustin, before you respond, did you know? Well, let me ask everybody at the table. Did we know that Patillo's sold?
I thought they sold
Go
a
ahead,
while ago.
Dustin. I just wanted to know, did we know it?
I don't know who they sold to.
Oh, I met him.
I guess he don't look like a Patillo.
Well, stop that, because you know Patillo's a high yellow. Stop playing. He could possibly be a passer of a Patillo. Dustin, man, go ahead and respond to your shot, bruh.
But as for my shot, go ahead and read it to me one more time.
What happens when communities keep funding
What
spaces
happens when
that do not
community
respect
keeps
them?
spaces that do not respect them?
All right, so
Yes, indeed.
I ain't gonna name no businesses, but if a hit dog holler at you, what happens is what's going on right now. A raising in prices and a lowering in quality, especially service. Food portions begin shrinking. Cleaning standards are relaxed, leading to just passable standards from the health board. Arrogance from the owners, thinking they're the only option, rises up. Overall, dehumanization of the people who are your customers.
Yes.
All that I have seen within the city limits of Beaumont. So if that happened to be your restaurant, clean it up, fix it up, do better.
Yep.
Because I've seen some that will go above and beyond to reach out to the community, to help the community, to be very respectful, even when approached with extreme disrespect. They will return respect. But the rest of y'all, I don't care if y'all close tomorrow. I don't care how good your chicken supposedly is, or your house rice or whatever. Just name a few. Your attitude towards customers have slidden downhill. But I ain't gonna
Dr.
point
Campbell's backstage.
I know who y'all are with y'all little C, B, and B- grades. And before I go, paint the building, don't fix the inside. You need to clean, deep clean.
Deep clean, spiritual clean. Go through there with some sage. Yes, indeed. I agree, Dustin. They teach disrespect that like it can survive. That's what that is what happens in our community, especially from those individuals that you named. If a business disrespects the people and the money keeps coming, the business learns no lesson at all. None whatsoever. The community gets angry. The business gets richer. That is backwards, ass backwards, if you will. Disrespect should cost. It should cost exponentially, might I add. Profiling should cost. It should make you almost go bankrupt. I mean, and mockery should cost, and that should cost, and it should close your doors. Because if nothing changes at the register, nothing changes in the relationship. So I agree, Dustin, 100%. Um, the guest question. What truth are people still too uncomfortable to say about anti-blackness in everyday economic life? Anybody could get that if they like. What truth are people still too uncomfortable to say about anti-blackness in everyday economic life? Asking me, the truth is, anti-blackness is not always dramatic. Go ahead, Dr. Campbell.
Oh, I said that we are our own biggest obstacle.
Mm,
Not the racism, not the disrespect, but our unwillingness to walk away when we know better. People will talk all day about supporting black business and economic power, but the second it costs them an extra dollar or a 10-minute drive, suddenly the principle gets flexible. The uncomfortable truth, anti-blackness thrives because our comfort is more important than our dignity.
mm,
We keep funding the very spaces that look down on us, not because we have no choice, but because
right.
we choose convenience over consequence. And that's the part nobody wants to say out loud.
Nobody want to say it.
It
Nobody want to say
disrespects
it.
us because of it. And because we keep showing up to spend it anyway.
Yeah, yeah. Like I was saying, anti-blackness is not always dramatic, y'all. Sometimes it's customer service. Dr. Campbell just said it. Store security, hiring choices, loan denial, or credit. I live one block away from a grocery store, a very historic Italian owned grocery store named Service Food Store. It's now a non genetically modified meat market only. It used to be a full fledged grocery store. The only non genetically modified meat market I know
Wow.
in Beaumont, Texas. This store has
Really?
for generations allowed in store credit to its consumers. That's in a majority Negro community that has never pressured those residents to pay their monthly and or weekly bills. Again, this is a supporter in our community. So I know how individuals may feel when they go to certain spaces in our places and a loan is denied. Location choice is different because they so chose not to build on this block, which is on this side of the tracks, but they chose to build on another block thinking that they were not going to be on this side of the tracks. Who gets followed? Who gets greeted? Who gets trusted? Who gets watched? That everyday disrespect adds up greater in our community than it does in a cash register. I just want you to know that. Dr. Campbell, your shot. How
Ready?
dangerous is it when transactional relationships get mistaken for solidarity?
When transactional relationships get mistaken for solidarity, it becomes extremely dangerous. Because
Mm,
when you make a transaction for solidarity, you stop paying attention. You think you're in the partnership, so you let your guard down while they're still running the numbers. You get
yeah.
blindsided. The moment it costs them more than it's worth, you find out real quick that loyalty was never a part of the deal. And then you lose your leverage. That's not a partner. you're a customer, and customers can be replaced.
Right, right.
And the biggest danger, you start defending the arrangement like it's a relationship. You make
Mm-hmm.
excuses for them. You tell
Mm-hmm.
others to chill. You become their best advocate while they're still just cashing your checks.
I just want you
The
to
bottom
know.
line, a transaction will make you smile, will smile at you and take your money. Solidarity will sit with you when the money's gone. Confuse
Mm.
the two, and you're not just being naive, you're being played in your
Played
face.
all in your face. All in your face. It's dangerous because, like you said, Dr. Campbell, transaction can imitate peace. It can imitate peace because people think because moving money being that money is moving, that relationship is healthy, that the relationship is healthy. No, Dr. Campbell said y'all in an abusive relationship and don't even know it. This sucker is whipping across y'all head, but yet and still y'all want to have something to say when somebody say something to a woman. No, sir, you getting whipped across your head too. You too, sir, are in an abusive relationship and don't want to remove yourself. So no,
People
a
don't
business
realize
can
mental abuse hurts too.
correct. A business can serve you and still disrespect you. A merchant can
And
need you and still look down on you.
mental abuse is just as bad as physical abuse or worse.
Correct. Correct. Trauma is trauma. I just want y'all to know. And a community
Hmm.
can be economically connected and morally disconnected, all at the same while that all the same while we're going through all of this. That can't we can't allow that to confuse. We can't allow that to be confused with solidarity, y'all. That's not solidarity. That is not coalescing. If respect disappears when profit is challenged, it was never solidarity. It was convenience. Perry, you're shot. How do you build a stronger response than just outrage and still avoid sliding into reckless blame?
Mm.
Um, I guess the one thing we can do to get a positive response is really to change our focus.
Mm,
Um, in 1912, W.B. Du Bois went to Durham, North Carolina, and he was going there to visit Trinity School.
mm-hmm,
And Du Bois talks about how thriving the black community in Durham was. I mean, Durham had a Black Wall Street just like Tulsa.
mm-hmm,
It thrived a lot longer than Tulsa, but met its demise in some ways. But what Du Bois says about Durham was that the Negroes in Durham had found a way to coexist with the establishment such that they both thrive.
mm,
But one of the things about Trinity School, he said, was that the kids who came to Trinity School, because they had their own dorms, but they were in dorms that were built by black businesses, from the wood to the rivets to even the mattresses the kids slept on. They had
mm-hmm,
a mattress distribution that supplied mattresses to black families throughout, because they understood the need of the
mm-hmm,
community. But when he talks about the origin of the community, it started with a preacher, a doctor, and a barber who had the most money. And they brought in CC Spalding, and his thing was let's start a life insurance because the first thing that they felt they had to build was sustainability. Because, hey, listen, while we fighting Jim Crow, because this was happening
Mm-hmm.
during Jim Crow,
Mm-hmm.
we at least better look out for our own families. And so the first thing they started was insurance to take care of the community. And out of that, build stores, haberdasheries, uh, everything that you could
Did he say
want.
haberdashery?
He
You
said that.
doggone right, a haberdashery.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
But but they talked about the students that came there. Not only were they in an environment that was not just built by black hands, but all of the resources that made it possible was through black businesses and
Yeah.
ownership. And they
Yeah.
walked into classes filled with black educators from New York and from Florida and from all over to give them perspective and some endowed wisdom that hopefully they would maintain.
Mm, hopefully.
But so, I understand the boycott, but just as Mobile, they were looking to something and not so much as being against something.
Mm-hmm.
Again,
Mm-hmm.
I'll show you better than I can tell you.
Yes, indeed.
And if we kind of, and again, like, Chris, I've been telling you that this started with the whole great Kendrick Lamar. Before that, maybe Cat Williams. Somehow we done got caught up into this damn rap battle, whatever, we got to be against something rather than all be for something.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. I
Oh
agree.
my.
You build with standards, y'all, not emotions alone. Not emotions alone. Name the issue, name the behavior, name the businesses if necessary. Make it make demands, make your demands, create alternatives. If they are not there, create them. Track spending, avoid blanket attacks. Um, discipline the message. Discipline the message and build black capacity while demanding respect from everybody.
Right. Well,
And I
and
do
Chris,
mean everybody.
but let me not forget this one important part. They did that not when somebody had insulted them, but when they wouldn't even get access.
Correct. Correct. Correct.
So that was the ultimate disrespect. That they didn't
Yep.
even want you. I mean, and so I mean, at what point do we have to get to this point where disrespect is no longer one of our measuring rods or even a part of our value system?
Man. Man. I'm just saying. Dr. Campbell, pump me up.
If people want black money without black dignity, isn't it time to ask whether our spending has become too forgiving for far too long?
Yes, long overdue. Long for a time. Long before long, 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 too long.
Yep.
If I could say that. Yeah, our spending has been too forgiving, if you ask
For
me.
far
Too
too long.
automatic, habitual, disconnected from dignity, slow to punish disrespect, too quick to excuse people who would never excuse us. And that I'm not saying that to shame our people, but I'm definitely saying it to wake us up
Mhm.
because we have been conditioned to spin where we're not tolerated. Well, where we are tolerated only, not respected, not, you know, tolerated as a collective. We spin there where they watch us like hawks. We spin where they rush us, where they accuse us, where they don't hire us. I heard, what is it, 1807 barbecue? That's what it's called. 1907. One of the ones that's on Calder, they said to the people, I'll tell you where it said. They said the barbecue spot on Calder, right as you cross the tracks, said, and there's an NAACP Beaumont complaint on record that says that that establishment told several black employees or black seeking workers, individuals seeking work, oh no, we don't hire black, but we will take your dollar. We will serve you, but we won't hire you. And that's right here in Beaumont, Texas. And I don't know
I
what their
believe.
number is because I ain't never been there. You're not gonna feed me out of no old reestablished funeral home. No, you're not. No, you're not. Not me. Not me. No, no, not me. Not me, Dr. Campbell. So whether we spend, you know, we
1701.
spend 1701. What I said, 1706, 1701. That's their name right there on the court. And if I'm lying again, I'll say I'll pull the record for the NAACP just so y'all know I ain't lying. I'll call the individuals because they are also on record. I'll have them on a show playing my face 1701 because I just want us to know that it's not just 1701, that one entity out there that does the same, not hire us. They We spend where they don't sponsor our events. They don't reinvest in our schools. They do not, hear me and hear me well, do not know our elders, nor do they respect our youth. We spend where we think we are consumers, not a community. That is too freaking forgiving for me. And I get it. Like I said, Dustin gave y'all some leeway. Dr. Campbell gave us some leeway. Perry gave us some leeway. But I'ma just tell y'all straight out, convenience is real for us. And a lot of us are complacent. I'm not gonna say comfortable. I'm gonna say complacent. Where these individuals can slap you, your child, and or others in your community in the face, and you'll still patronize them tomorrow. Again, location is real, price is real, time is real, but dignity has to become real as well, especially in our community. If you can disrespect black people and still count on black dollars, then the community has not taught you the cost of disrespect. Trust and believe that. That changes when we organize and or put these businesses out there to know, for us to know. Not by hating whole communities, not by attacking random people or making reckless threats. No, by creating standards or adhering to the ones that were already set in black economies. A business that wants black money should meet black community standards, not profiling, racial insults, chasing children to shoot them in the back, accusing them of stealing orange juice, water, or penny candy. No fear-based treatment. No mocking black economic capacity. No hiding behind minority status when the conduit is anti-black. Local hiring where possible, reinvestment where possible, community conflict protocols where possible, public apologies when harm happens, especially at the hands of the business owner that we have in our community. Real relationships with neighborhood leadership, like Dr. Campbell. There should not be not one development that goes on in the North End boundaries that that neighborhood association and or that neighborhood association facilitator does not know about. Same goes for the Pear Orchard, same goes for the South Park, same goes for Amelia, same goes for South End. Support for community events when business depends on community dollars. And I'm not talking about I almost said something. Let me move. A clean record of treating black people like black customers, like black people, like human beings, not problems. And if businesses definitely cannot meet that basic standard, then our dollars should not be automatic, because black dignity is not optional. I just want y'all to know that. Chat question number 3. What should come next? What should come next? 1 for redirect spending. Put a 2 in the chat for build more black-owned alternatives. Put a 3 in the chat for publicly exposing disrespect. Put a 4 in the chat for strengthening community discipline. And put a 5 in the chat for all of the above. Drop your number. Drop your number right now. Go ahead. Who gonna respond to that while I drop this in the chat? Nobody? I'm surprised. They probably done froze y'all all up because they don't want y'all to get to this final question. Roundtable question. What does economic self-respect really require when the people profiting off you stop hiding how they feel? Dr. Campbell done dipped out. They done booted her. Oh, welcome back, Dr. Campbell. We on the roundtable question. I just read it out for you.
Okay. So
They are mean to
my
you tonight, Queen.
my answer to the chat is all of the above, but not all at once and not in a random order. So first they should the order should
Nope.
Disrespect, redirect your spending, build black-owned alternatives, strengthen community discipline. You need all 4 because exposure without action is theater, redirection without alternative is punishment, and discipline without purpose is control. But all 4
Correct.
together, that's power.
Power.
So
Power,
then,
Lord.
the roundtable question, huh?
I say power, Lord.
I didn't. Yeah. So the roundtable question: what does economic self-respect really require? When people profiting off you stop hiding how they feel. It requires you to stop pretending it's complicated. When they stop hiding how they feel, the choice gets simple. Not easy, but simple. No more benefit of the doubt. They showed you who they are. Believe them. No more. But they have good prices. Cheap ain't worth cheapening yourself. Okay. No more spending separating the business from the people. The business is the people. They're one and the same.
Absolutely.
No more waiting for an apology. You don't need closure. You need a new grocery store, a new gas station, a new go-to spot. What it really requires is guts. Believe walking away is uncomfortable. It means changing routines, going out of your way, maybe paying more, but staying means telling yourself lies that make the disrespect disguisable and digestible. The bottom line, stop hiding. They stopped hiding. Now it's time for you to stop making excuses. Respect yourself loud enough that your feet match your mouth and your wallet will follow.
Yes, indeed. Take your feet and your face in the same place. Yes, indeed. Perry, you have the floor.
With regard to the chat question, I definitely say all of the above. Uh, we they're all needed. I mean, you one without.
You muted, brother.
Yeah, I would say all of the above because one without the others uh, is not sustainable, and we
Mm-hmm.
have to quit looking for this this magic pill that's gonna save us and gonna bring back everything. I mean, we keep talking about why can't we work together with which is sometimes laughable because when have we ever? I mean, there
Hmm.
have been times where we've been able to gather the masses, but when you really look at that story, you have to understand what it took to even gather the masses at that point.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And so to sort of paint history in sometimes this fantastical view, uh, I think sometimes it's done because that's all people know, and it kind of keeps them from being held accountable to really the true parts and the structural parts that they don't know
Mm-hmm.
and that we feel to this day. And I say that more to my generation than I say that to you and Dustin, because what you are inheriting, I mean, you don't have to take it from me. Claude Anderson, Dr. Claude Anderson himself said those in the baby boomer class, we had already failed our children.
Wow. Wow. Already failed
And
them.
so, well, and whether or not and he didn't just mean that economically.
Mm-mm.
We the boomers have made our descendants and the generation after more dependent, more disillusioned about who they are
Hmm.
than any generation before. And until we come
Man.
to grips with that, I mean, again, I went back to this was 1912.
Wow.
They built schools because they understood that I at least got to put something tangible in your hands that makes you proud.
Right. Right.
I got to at least put you on a path that helps you understand that you have some self worth, if nobody, then to yourself, by building your own house, by understanding that you can barter with your own self. I mean,
Correct.
with your own people,
Correct.
and we've lost sense of that.
Great
And
sense of that.
honestly, it's only coming a time where other groups have become just as disillusioned in some ways themselves.
Yes, sir.
But again, that doesn't make it right for us. I'm just saying for us, we've been down this road before.
Right.
More than any other immigrant group, however you slice it. And so for us to still be stumbling over some of these same things, I'm saying, can we turn the argument? Can we turn our energies into building us up? Because yeah, I mean, we're gonna always have enemies, But how do you get a people to come together is by helping them build something amongst themselves. And so I mean I looked at that story in Durham, and it was that they were supplying a labor force not just for their needs but for the whole community. And at the same time, their ultimate goal was we can't forget where we live and when what and in what society we live in. So if something should befall us, death by whether natural circumstances or these crackers around us, we want to make sure that we're gonna look out for family first. Because that's all we got. And so when we have a community that's not even starting to look at that,
Or uphold that.
right,
Man,
then it's fractured. And I mean, and definitely, I'm for us growing wherever we are, and we will grow because we are those kind of people.
Dustin, you got the floor.
I'm gonna be real brief with it because that disrespect, the only thing it should come with is a going out of business sign.
Bingo.
Right.
That's it right there. That's it right there, little brother. Straight to the point. Out of business with the for sale sign in the front yard. Because what we don't realize in some of those spaces, they leasing too. Oops.
Mm.
Economic self-respect requires discipline, standards, and alternatives. All three. All three. Discipline means we stop funding disrespect just because it's convenient. Standards mean we tell businesses what the community expects or what our expectations are. Alternatives mean we will build somewhere else to send the money. Because boycott without alternative becomes frustration. Alternative without discipline becomes unused potential. Discipline without standards becomes confusion. And we need all three. Like I said, Black communities need business directories, Black vendor markets, church support buying campaigns, neighborhood merchant accountability agreements, youth entrepreneurships and apprenticeship programs, credit building circles, cooperative buying clubs, community investment pools, Black owned corner store strategies. How about it? Black owned beauty supply strategies, Black owned gas station strategies, black food distribution networks, especially to those like Perry mentioned, because we've identified the vulnerabilities within our community. Black professional service lists. Whether you a black lawyer, black plumber, black carpenter, black electrician. Because in a little while, if y'all have not heard, these United States is not going to recognize your uh, doctorate in
Mm.
medicine or your ain't no telling what this country is not going to recognize here in a little while. So we definitely have to corral those individuals that we have with those degrees on the wall, with those certifications, whether they're state or federal certifications. We need those individuals to come back into community because community review systems tell the people where respect live and where disrespect knows or is known and keeps showing up. And let me say this. We need merchant accountability agreements for any business that wants long term Black community support. I didn't say some, I said any business. I don't care if you're selling socks in the parking lot at J.C. Penney's and they close. If you operate in our neighborhood, here are the expectations. Respect the customer. Do not profile our youth. Do not chase our children with weapons of mass destruction. Do not speak reckless about our community. Do not call police as the first tool for every conflict. Have a de-escalation process and or agree to one. Hire local where possible. And if not possible, create possibilities. Support community events where possible. Meet with neighborhood leadership facilitators. Sponsor youth activities if your business depends on neighborhood spending. And when harm happens, don't hide. Please don't hide. Address it, especially if that harm comes from your community or your culture or your alignment to American whiteness as much as you possibly can. That's not too much to ask. That's basic respect. We need to stop waiting until somebody insults us to remember we should own more or remind them, a black person used to own this. Too late. The point is not only to boycott, the point is to build enough that the boycott strengthens us in economic endeavors. Because right now, some people don't respect black boycotts talk, let alone black boycott movement, because they know they not target. They are the convenience store that sits up the street from you and close at 7 o'clock. Build a bank relationship. Build a business or buy it. Build or buy the cooperative. Build or buy the directory. Build or buy the market. It's all there for us. Period. Now, before we wrap up, I definitely want my co-host to give us some good words or good knowledge that's going to carry us for the rest of the week. Dr. Campbell, you can definitely kick us off. Perry, followed by you, and then Dustin, and then I'll close this out.
I'm gonna charge you, okay? Hmm. So stop spending like disrespect doesn't cost you anything. This week, before you swipe your card, ask yourself, does this place respect me or does it just want my money? If you can't answer yes to both, keep your wallet in your pocket. One decision at a time, $1 at a time. That's how you turn a conversation into a movement. You don't have to do anything. I mean, you don't have to do everything. Just do something and do
Mhm.
it intentionally on purpose.
Intentionally and on purpose. Perry, you have the floor.
I want to close with this, and let me apologize because I know this is not following the theme, but let me start with this. If you don't challenge what you already know, then how much do you really know? You
Mm.
know, there's this thing that with the upcoming election. And I believe there's this idea that we keep believing that we need to get ready for the 2028 election. Uh, when there's every indicator that if 2026 does not go as some people are comfortably believing, fighting for 2028 is
Is
really out of the book.
nonsense. Yes, indeed, brother.
I
Yes,
mean,
indeed.
how you fighting for something when you got a war right in front of you.
That's
And
like a bully.
so, so I just want to drop that into our spirit because it's fast approaching.
Yes.
And when you can get someone such as Jack Smith, such as some other officials who are saying, y'all, we better be careful,
Gotta be careful.
especially because we're ignorant of what happened in Ukraine and why the Ukraine war is where it is. I mean, and so that's, I understand we getting here with this, but we have to understand we got some pressing issues about our future that we need to make. And we really need to strategize about what that means because all this other talk is just going to be some bullshit.
Facts. Especially if you ain't got no damn plan. Dustin, you have the floor.
Well, we're gonna, hit them with a little quote of the week. What I come across on, social media, and the quote goes, "I looked in your cup to see if you had enough. You looked in mine to see if I had more than you. We are not the same."
Freaking died. I freaking died. We are not the
How?
same. Heck, we kapow too, Dr.
We are
Campbell.
not the,
Now, before we
they not
close,
like us.
let me put some folks in their proper place. I definitely got to put folks in their proper place. The Asian-owned businesses or Asian business owners, however you want to be classified, who are doing right by black communities or doing right in the black communities, respecting the people, hiring, reinvesting. And I'm not talking about hiring us to sweep the parking lot. That's not what I'm talking about. Or to take out your trash. That's not what I'm talking about. Don't play in my face. Please don't play in my face. Respect the people, hiring, reinvesting in our community, speaking with humility, and treating black people like humans. Stay at the table. We see you. To the Asians, business owners who are eating off black dollars while mocking black people, profiling black youth, disrespecting black grief, or laughing at black boycott talk, you are not the victims when the community calls you out. You are being held accountable. To white business owners doing the same thing, this applies to you too. To the Arab, the Iranian, Jewish, Latino, African migrant, immigrant, Caribbean migrant, immigrant, and every other non black and other black business owners. Classes, if you will, operating in our neighborhoods, this applies to you too. If you respect the people can and will respect you. If you disrespect the people, especially the elder of the community, the people have the right to organize you completely out. And do not hide behind your identity when your conduct is the issue. To the folks who say, but not all Asians, we know that. We're not we're not talking to all of them when it comes to the conduct. We're talking to all of them when it comes to the correction, though. We definitely doing that. Stop using the innocent as a shield of the guilty. To folks who say black people should start their own businesses, we did. It got bombed from the sky. It got underutilized, especially when y'all figured out the way to take our nickel from circling in our community 500 times by introducing integration. Don't play in our face. You are absolutely right. Black business owners or black people should own their own business. So, with that being said, if you got that attitude, run us that black business building that you are currently leasing from somebody else. To the folks who say, that say that, I just want you to know we will. We're just waiting you out. We're gonna boycott you out and replace you. I want you to know that. But do not say it with arrogance while your business exists because black people keep spending. Do not mock. Hear me and hear me well. Do not mock the customer who built your cash flow. Don't talk down to the people whose neighborhood gave you a market. Talk to black folks who keep saying we need them stores. No, we don't. Maybe for now in some places, but eventually, no, we don't. But need is not worship, y'all. I just want y'all to understand that. Convenience is not loyalty. Access is not dignity, nor is getting a job with some of these individuals because, again, like I said, they only want you to sweep out the caboose. If we need alternatives, then let's build alternatives. But stop defending disrespect like it's a utility bill we cannot escape from. To the black folks who talk boycott but never change spending habits, stop making our movements look unserious. If you are going to say boycott, have a plan. If you're going to say redirect, have a destination. If you're going to say build black, then buy black, support black, review black, invest black, mentor black, and be patient enough for black business to grow. Be consistent enough in our community for that black business to become competitive. To the merchants listening tonight, black money is not guaranteed. Black patience is not permanent. Black silence is not consistent, nor is black forgiveness a business model. If you profit from us, respect us. If you can't respect us, prepare to lose us. And to our own people, remember who we are. We are not just customers. We are not just a consumer base. We are a people. We are not just consumers. We are creators. We are not just spenders. We are builders. We are not just trendsetters. We are owners in waiting. We are labor, culture, spirit, memory, money, market, power. The problem is not that we have no power. The problem is that our power is too scattered, too emotional, too forgiving, and too easily redirected back to people who disrespect and blatantly disregard us in community as a whole. Period. That ends when we decide it ends, not with the hate, not with discipline alone, not with chaos, with standards, not with one viral video or reaction, with long-term economic shifts. That's how we move things back into our perspective. Because if solidarity cracks when black people ask for respect, then maybe it was never solidarity to begin with. Maybe it was just business as usual. And if it was just business as usual, let's do business like grown people. Respect has a price tag too. So family, tonight was not about a blanket hatred. It was not about withdrawing from individuals because of their race, culture, or identity. It was about economic truth. It was about anti-black speech. It was about disrespect finally saying itself out loud. It was about what black communities tolerate, what black communities finance, and what black communities must stop excusing. This episode was not about saying one loud mouth equals everybody, but it was a definitely admitting one loud mouth can expose a wider comfort with disrespect. And if this is where we have to be mature and militant at the same time. Mature enough not to attack innocent people, militant enough to protect not to protect guilty behavior, mature enough not to generalize a whole group, militant enough to say Asian owned when the disrespect came from an Asian owned business, mature enough to be accurate, militant enough to stop being quiet, because accuracy without courage becomes cowardice, and courage without accuracy becomes chaos. And we need both. This episode was about asking whether black dollars have been too automatic, whether convenience has been beating principle, whether outrage has been replacing discipline, whether black communities are ready to stop rewarding people who do not respect us. Because the truth is simple, y'all. If people profit from black communities while speaking against black people, then the real economic self-respect requires more than anger. It requires movement, redirected spending, building black owned alternatives, publicly exposing disrespect like 1701, strengthening community discipline, create directories, support vendors, pooling our resources, teaching youth business etiquette as well as entrepreneurship, demand merchant accountability, reward respect, and punish disrespect. And stop acting like our dollars are too small to matter when everybody keeps chasing our daggum dollar. Don't hate the whole group, that's just lazy. But do not protect whole groups from accountability either. Just like I said earlier, Asian community, if you hear your wayward Asian uh, community member, you should be the first to corral. White, you should be the first to corral. Arab, you should be the first to corral. Not us. It shouldn't take a boycott for us to be respected, especially if you know where the dollar comes from. To my co-host, Dr. Campbell, Perry, and Dustin, thank you for bringing your minds, of course, your honesty and your fire to our guests. If anyone wants to join again, reach out to myself and our platform host, Tony Renfro, and check him out on Sunday at the Roundtable. The Knowledge is Power podcast live at 7 o'clock on Sunday, right here in the same space. To every viewer, listener, and engaging individual, thank you for sitting with conversation that refuses to confuse silence with peace. This is episode 68, When Solidarity Cracks. Until next time, watch who profits from you, watch who mocks you, watch who respects you, watch who hires you, watch who reinvests in you, and watch where your money goes. And never let nobody, and I do mean nobody, convince you that black dollars should come without black dignity. And as always, y'all, stay prayed up, stay prayed up, stay prayed up. Thank y'all for watching and listening. God bless y'all. Good night.
Oh, nah, I want to see.